Hello and welcome to fresponse.com. Today we're going to highlight using fresponse Enterprise along with Xways to do some targeted triage operations on a live machine. Very simple. We're going to collect some registry files and internet history from that machine. This video is going to show how well fresponse and Xways work together to accomplish tasks. If you're at all interested in purchasing fresponse along with Xways together in a bundle, we now offer bundled pricing for the two products. Those bundles for fresponse Consultant, Consultant Plus Covert, and Enterprise Edition, coupled with Xways Forensic, are on our website at www.f-response.com. Let's go ahead and get started. We've already started our fresponse License Manager, so we'll go ahead and open up the fresponse Enterprise Management Console. Now we're going to keep in mind that we're going to do this at a pretty high level. We're going to move reasonably fast. If you're not familiar with fresponse Enterprise and you'd like to learn more about it, you're welcome to watch any of the videos on our website that are specific to fresponse Enterprise only. So let's go here to File and configure some credentials. So we're going to put in a test credential on our test network so that we can deploy fresponse to a target machine. Alright, we've added our credential. Now we'll come here to Scan and use the Custom Scan option. It remembered the last machine we looked at, which will be the machine we'll look at today. We'll go ahead. We see we have one machine detected. We'll expand this out. There's our target machine. We're going to go ahead and right-click and install and start fresponse on the remote machine. What we'll see here momentarily is a nice little badge is assigned. This means fresponse is installed and started on the remote machine. It's an active client actively communicating with our license dongle. And under the Connect tab, we'll see we have three targets, disk 0, disk 1, and vol C. So let's just go ahead and attach the main disk, disk 0 of the remote machine to our local computer. You'll see it has gone from inactive to connected and is now local disk physical drive 1. This drive is completely write protected. You see that Windows, of course, has given it the NTFS volume residing on that disk, the E drive layer. Alright, let's go ahead and open up a copy of Xways. We'll go here to Xways Forensics and right-click, Run as Administrator. And let's go ahead and open this up. First thing we'll go ahead and do, it looks like we've got a case here from before. So let's go ahead and close all these things up. We'll go ahead and remove anything that's in here. File, close this case. Alright, so let's start a new case. Go to File, create a new case. We'll go ahead and put this case on our desktop here, or the users folder, and we'll call this temporary test case. And we'll go ahead and press OK. Now, what we need to do is we need to add a disk to this case. So we'll go up here to Add Medium, and we'll select our fresponse physical disk 1 that was newly attached. So we've got our disk here. Let's go ahead and remove any type of filtering that may have been applied to that disk. We'll see we have our partition 1. We'll go ahead and drill into the first partition, and you'll see it's taking us what is akin to EnCase's taking of a snapshot. What we're going to be doing here is traversing the disk, looking at the files and folders and structures that are on that disk. Next thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to limit that down to the very specific items that we're interested in seeing. We're going to focus in today on registry files and internet history files. So let's go ahead and select those files. We'll go up top here and we'll go ahead and use the type option and filter. We're going to go ahead and filter on email. So we'll filter on the index.dat files, and we'll go ahead and filter on the Windows registry. And we'll go ahead and activate that filter. Now what we want to do is we want to see just the filtered items. So let's come back over here and let's right-click and explore recursively. Here we'll see a list of all the filtered out items that we've selected. There with all of the index.dats and dat files, as well as individual registry files, etc. Now, we want to go ahead and create a custom container. So let's get in here. Let's go to Specialist, Evidence File Container. Let's go ahead and create a new one. This custom container is where we're going to put all the files that we collect. So we'll go ahead and save this custom container to our desktop. We'll go ahead and call this Triage Container for 211, which is the IP address, the last octet of the IP address of the machine. So go ahead and press Save. What we'll go ahead and do is we're going to go, instead of using the new format, we'll continue to use the old format, and we will go ahead and leave everything else the same. Go ahead and press OK. Now we are ready to receive files. So we'll go ahead and start with our first file here. Hold down the Shift key, scroll down to the bottom, select the last file, right-click, and let's go ahead and add to our container. So add to the triage container for 211 container. Alright, so let's go ahead and recreate the original path, include any parent items, and store an MD5 hash. We'll go ahead and press OK. And the process will begin dropping and depositing the data into our container file. The container will be structured and laid out initially, and then the files will be copied over one by one. And here you see the files being copied over into the container file so that we have a complete collected internet history and registry content from the remote machine. Now, what's important to note here is there was really nothing for the user on the remote machine to see or interact with. It didn't take us very much time to locate these files quite readily, copy them down, and add them to a container. And that container we can now add to our existing case and look at and review the contents from. So it's very simple. We'll come back in here, we'll go to our container, and we'll go ahead and close the existing container. We're all good. We'd like to go ahead and close it up. Yes. And here we have our final container. We'll share it as an EO1 format. And let's go ahead and drop it on the desktop. Say OK. And we're good. We've now completed our container, converted it to an EO1. Here's our nice collection report. And we can now open that container in any other, most other forensics tools that are capable of supporting the EO1 format. So this just gives you kind of a hint, a way of understanding how you could use a product like an Xways alongside F-Response to accomplish a lot of very impressive tasks readily and quickly. There are a number of great sites for learning more about Xways. You can learn about it from the xwaysclips.blogspot.com. Those guys have done a great job at putting together a number of really good videos on using the product. You can go to the Xways website as well as take the training. We recently had one of our F-Response consultants took the Xways training and enjoyed it very much, found it to be very beneficial to them. So all of this can be done with Xways, and also can be done very well attaching to and looking at remote F-Response target machines. So we'll go ahead and close up this case, close up our copy of Xways, select right-click, log out of the remote machine, and then select right-click, stop and remove F-Response from that machine. Here you see our nice container file ready to go. All right, if you have any questions or are interested in maybe purchasing F-Response along with Xways as part of a bundled package, those, like I said, are available on our website at www.f-response.com. If you have any questions for us, you can email us at sales@f-response.com or support@f-response.com. Thanks a lot. We appreciate it and hope you have a great day.